this tutorial is over Unit 3, Lesson 13, the mini project animation. Let's start here at the overview page. So for this lesson, you're going to take everything that you've learned from creating a background to adding sprites to adding text, and then knowing now how to animate those sprites, you're going to create an animation. So click Next to go to the activity page. So on this assignment, you're going to click Mini Project Animation and make a copy. And just as before, it's the same type of document, and you are going to go through, down here at the bottom it says you need to start at level 1 and work through level 7. Each level is connected to one main project, so as you do each level, then it adds code. You're going to submit the link from, this is a mistake, that should say level 7, which is the completed mini project. So you're actually going to choose from level 7, not level 5, level 7. And so this is where you'd put that share link from level 7. So let's go to Codeorg. Here we are in Codeorg at the Lesson 13 Mini Project Animation, and I am on level 1. This is an example. So it says it's time to try out an animated scene. Take a look at this example and think of what you'd like to make. So as you look at this example, what movements do you see in this scene? Which movements use random numbers? Which movements use the counter pattern? So I just saw the counter pattern. That was that alien that was going up and flew off the screen. So that was a counter pattern. And then your alien that is shaking is using random numbers. And then you see also the text is moving. So you can see animation in here. So then click Finish to move on and go to level 2, or you could just click level 2 at the top. This is a chance for you to think about planning your scene. You should try to sketch it out first on a piece of paper and think about several different things like sprites that you've used, text that you've used, the backgrounds, other simple shapes that you've used. So plan the movement. What movements do you want in your scene? Which of those movements will use random numbers? You know, like the shaking, or rotating, which will use the counter pattern. That's that movement, going left, right, and up and down. Will you need variables to store information about where something is? And then you got to think about that. Learning more. Is there anything else that you still need to learn how to do? Are there any skills that you would like to review? Where can you find the information you need? So this is lesson 13. All you would need to do is go back to the previous lessons, maybe watch some of the videos that you can watch through, and go look at some of the old code that you've used for other projects previous to lesson 13 to help you out. Specifically, like you might think, I need to go back and look at how sprites are put on, or how do I do the animation and create new sprites, or in different ones, or how do I make the counter pattern work in those sprite movements in lesson 12. So you might have to go backwards to get some help. If I click Run there again, that's just again showing an example. Okay, you're not to copy this example. This is just an example. You need to create something on your own. So then you would go to level 3, where you would start your animation project. After, again, sketch it out, think about what you're going to do, what sprites you want, what you want those sprites to do, what type of animation. So if we go to level 3, this is creating your background. So you have your workspace here, and you have all your toolbox. You got your drawing tools, your variables, your world, sprites, math. You're probably going to use mostly your drawing tools on this point in your workspace to create your background. Then when you have your background created, you would go to level 4, because remember, whatever you create in the level before, it's a project, so it comes over with you to the next level. So in level 5, you would have your code here already that you created previously for your background, and now it wants you to create your sprites. So you're going to add sprites. So look at what you drew out, what your plan is, and then put your sprites on your background. And then you're going to go to level 5, and you've done this before in another mini project. You're going to put text. So add a piece of text to your scene. Okay. After you've done that, then you go to level 6, and this is where you're going to add in your animation. So from here, you need to animate your scene, and you can see now you have the draw function. Okay, so everything with the counter pattern, and if you're going to make the animation, has to be within the draw function. So remember, when you put the draw function over to your workspace, everything has to be in that draw function that you want animated. So you need to include one type of random movement, and you need to include one type of counter pattern movement. So you might have to go back to previous lessons to go back and look at what is the counter pattern, and that was back in lesson 12. What's random movement? Okay, so you might have to go backwards and look up and do some research if you don't remember. Once you have animated something or animated your sprites or your text or your drawn shapes, then you would go to level 7 and then run your animation and make sure that it has everything that you need. All right, compare your animated scene to the one that you drew. Are there any changes you need to make? What are you most proud of that you've created? Once you are satisfied with your animation, you've created that, then you would click the share link, copy that link, and then go to your assignment page and paste it in on this page here. And then just make sure that you hit enter afterwards so that it gives it a hyperlink. And then you would go back to your assignment on Canvas, and you guys know how to do this already. You'd click Start Assignment, and then you would submit that. And that is all for Lesson 13, your animation mini project. Have fun creating it.